Good afternoon. Today we are going to start a new topic, um, market structure and competition. And today we're going to only brief through the vocabulary words. So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to or you'll be able to understand a set of words. Now, as an overall, this topic focuses on the following paragraphs: the vocabulary words, the ways cost will affect the supply, long and short run costs, economies of scale, average cost and marginal cost, more about short run costs, and perfect and imperfect competition, different types of market structure, and then we will have some reviews of the topic. So as I said before, today we're going to only discuss the vocabulary words, and I'm going to brief you what if each of the words mean. So how strong would be your vocabulary? I would ask you to self-assess yourself at the end of the lesson. You'll have a worksheet attached to this particular topic. So you will complete the worksheet, and then you will have some exercises you might practice to build up your vocabulary. So today we're going to define the following words: economies of scale, long run total cost, long run average cost, short run average cost, competition, types of competition, perfect, imperfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, and market structure. So what is or what are economies of scale? This basically means the reduction in average cost due to the high level of output, and we discussed what output means in business. So you might return back to your business revision guide and see what are types of outputs you can have from there. What is long run total cost? This is the total cost of producing goods and services, where a firm has time to produce its output as cheaply as possible. So it's quite a simple definition. Of course, you can find definitions that would be more complex than this one in other sources. Long run average cost will involve the average cost for producing goods and services in the long term. On the contrary, the short run average cost will include the average cost of producing goods and services in the short term, and we're going to see in our next lesson how does it work. Competition. We discussed competition in our business course before, so you might want to return back to the slides for business, and you might have the types of competitions and market structure. However, competition itself means the efforts of individuals and firms to capture a share of the market, and we discussed what what shares are in business as well. So perfect competition, as a review, is a situation where the actions of an individual, buyers and sellers, have no effect on the market price, and we are going to discuss it thoroughly in one of our next lessons. Imperfect competition, first and foremost, there are different types of imperfect competition. We are going to discuss them one by one and define them today. And in one of our next lessons, we're going to have more insight in them. However, again, in our business course, we discussed about them. So you might want to return back to your business course revision guide and have a look at what we studied before. So imperfect competition is a situation where the conditions for perfect competitions are not satisfied. And we have few types of imperfect competition. One of them is monopoly, which means that which is a form of imperfect competition where there is only one supplier of goods and services. Then we have oligopoly, which means that where where few suppliers of goods and services, so there is not only one supplier, but there's few suppliers, if we compare it to monopoly. And then we have monopolistic competition, in which where there are many suppliers producing goods and services that are differentiated, and the suppliers are producing goods that are not substitutes for the others. If you don't remember what substitute goods are, you can return back to topic 2 and you can have an insight about what they are actually. Market structure, again, we discussed the market structures in our business course, so you might want to return back and have a look what exactly it includes. But we are going to brief it again in our future lessons. So market structure is or includes the features of a market in terms of barriers to entry, the number of suppliers, and the ability of buyers and sellers to affect the price. So this is it for today. Basically, as a summary, you have to check up how strong your vocabulary is, and you have to memorize the following words, which we discussed in our previous slides. Economies of scale, long run, total and average cost, short run, average cost, competition, types of competition, perfect, imperfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, and market structure. You will have some exercises attached to your worksheet where you can practice it a little bit more. You can you can check multiple times, ask someone to um, ask you questions about this topic. And next time we are going to discuss about the ways cost affects supply, and we're going to discuss about the long and short costs, long and short total and average costs. Have a good day. Goodbye.